Hi, I'm Beth White, CEO of MeBeBot, and I'm going to provide a brief demo of our solution to you today. Let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to give you a couple quick overview slides just to share with you what our solution entails and how it works. So first of all, our solution's main focus is to help support employees within the workplace using various different channels of communication for conversational AI interface. The solution itself is utilizing agentic AI, meaning it has processes and parts of its solution that do automatically operate, and it uses a lot of the company's internal content to help support the whole concept of search to support, meaning employees are looking for information, they don't know where to go to find it, and it provides an answer to their questions. We also have insights and data and analytics within our platform, as well as the ability to send out active push messages that are very personalized. They can be leveraging various Entra groups within the Microsoft ecosystem or Okta environment, and as well as within the HCM or other solutions. So that's actively sending out notifications to employees. These can be used for many different things like reminders and updates. It can also be used to gather feedback from employees as far as survey information is concerned or even information. There's also a module to help coach people managers. So that's an overview of our solution. And just to get into how it works for the business user. So the business user is utilizing MeBeBot's admin portal. We are a multi-tenant ecosystem. Every customer has their own instance of MeBeBot, cloud hosted in Microsoft Azure. The way they get started with us is they have the ability to connect to their sources of information, the systems of record. We have various different integrations already pre-built out of the box, ready to go. So we connect to either data or information, like content. And the main use case for the content is once the integration has been established, then what the system can do is it can actually automatically sync with the content that the business aligns to us. And so with that information, it can be various documents from company guides, like you see here, on benefits, employee information, anything from IT, the sales team, the facilities, accounting and finance, etc. And then the business users get to decide whether it's non-prescriptive, which means our generative RAG pipeline, along with our grounding based on our AI models, will automatically produce an answer to a question based on the document. Also, we can determine what country that information is for, so we do geolocation. If the information is highly sensitive, like we may have within a company handbook, we're able to set that information as prescriptive. And what that can do is it can match that content to our curated knowledge base of hundreds of questions and answers within our system, designed by country. We support over 50 countries today and multiple languages. And so when a document matches our content, our AI wizard can actually suggest net new answers to questions based on the business's information. So this is just an example of some of the benefits information we may have in our system that could be used in this scenario. And if there's a little AI wizard suggestion, it means we've taken the company's content, we've mapped it to our solution so that when the business wants to create a new answer to a question, they can use their benefit summary guide, suggest a new answer to the question, and then use this suggestion to replace what's currently in our product today as default answers as the internal answer that will be delivered with guardrails. So it's exactly the same each time. They can also say, for more info, see the summary plan description here, and they can even add in a web link to that information. So it goes to a different source of documentation, whether inside or outside of the organization. So that's the way we have an AI governed platform within our solution, and specifically to our content is to give the business the ability to use the content as is and deliver AI generated answers, or to protect the content, make it with guardrails on around the content, and then deliver the answer. The reason we do this is because in feedback, when an employee asks a question like, how do I get a new badge? If they're given an answer to a question like you can see here, you can see that it cited several sources of information, but for some reason, the employee indicated this answer was not helpful. What likely it means is that the employee's documentation with inside the company may be incorrect. So this flags for companies that they need to correct their information because an answer was returned from information that may be out of date. So our solution is used to also protect information and ensure that it's helpful to employees. And we always seek to maintain a 93% or greater accuracy with every customer we have. And we can monitor and manage it here within this feedback portion of our system that the customer actually sees as well. And the other aspect of the solution that's very interesting is the ability to send out active push messages. So think of these messages as reminders and alerts. You have someone going through the background check process and they have failed to give you the specific type of information they need. You can actually send them a message, ask them for that information, and have that information submitted into the system of record. So there's various ways that we can communicate outward to the employee, as well as like also within AI sentiment, you can send out a active pulse survey that then the employee will be able to receive a question like this and determine which date and time they prefer. And you can see the votes coming in for a particular type of training the company wants to do. Again, it's two outward ways to connect with the employee through a push message or through a pulse survey to collect feedback. Either way, you're able to get information to employees through channels like Slack, Teams, Microsoft SharePoint, as well as a web chat version. And then we do have SMS text messaging capabilities as well. To give you a little feel for what MeBeBot looks like in Microsoft Slack or in Slack, it is an app in the marketplace. We're an approved app and considered a brilliant bot in the Slack app marketplace. So as a person inside the company, I can ask a question like, I'm a new team manager. I have a new employee starting. What's our onboarding process? And what MeBeBot does is it's going back to the customer's instance of MeBeBot. It's looking at the information available and it's actually returning an answer grounded and based on different documents, as you can see here, but synthesized to answer the question that's necessary. Again, if it was indicated as not helpful, it's part of the feedback. Helpful actually does improve the training as well, but both aspects are part of MeBeBot's proprietary AI models that we have behind the scenes. This is an example of how MeBeBot looks in Microsoft Teams. We're a Microsoft ISV partner. And we also have, again, as I'll show you next, a SharePoint Popover app too, so that when an employee asks a question about, can I give a reference? They can get a specific answer, again, either guardrailed or not. This one looks like it has been with guardrails, and how I can tell that is because the related topics are actually shown as part of the solution to the customer, to the employee. And again, this can be used to receive messages from the system and gather feedback and information from employees as well through Slack, Teams, and now here's SharePoint. Asked a question about getting a badge, get an answer to the question, get to rate it. And then we also have the ability to place the web chat in many different types of systems. And so that's a brief overview of how MeBeBot works. I hope that is helpful to you. There's obviously a lot of different types of information you can export out of the system from data and analytics, but it's a quick insight into an overview of what we provide and how flexible this architecture is to also communicate to other agents and to the systems of record as well. So thank you very much for your time.